the 213th day of 2025. There are 152 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. And we will have the water cooler question, your chance to prove you're smart. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Suddenly into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Paige. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
It's you heard me mention it's August 1st.
I know, right?
And that begins the International Clown Week, which
Wow.
reminds me, I don't know if I know this about you. Where are you on clowns? Like clowns, don't like clowns?
I really don't care.
You're mid on clowns?
Clowns don't scare me.
What? Okay.
I would never decorate with clowns. I'm not afraid of it.
Okay, good.
I think,
Is that Pennywise? That's the name of that clown.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I don't know, but they're cheesy to me. But a good clown at wherever, like a circus, or
Okay.
I mean,
Not
I'm
bad.
down with that.
All right. But do you ever call people a clown? Hey,
Probably.
clown.
I actually have a friend who is a radio clown.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
rodeo clown. Interesting. That's a dangerous job.
Yes.
He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley, and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm okay. I saw something in the prep materials this morning that made me wonder how you would answer the question, are you a mama's boy?
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
I mean, you love your mama.
Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, aren't we all to an extent?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. That's where I'm wondering. So maybe we should ask the feminine influence in the room. Is it okay to be a mama's boy?
Yeah.
I think there are
There's a
degrees.
line, probably, right?
Yes, there is. And I think you and Sam have a healthy line, if you will. Sam is, I had the pleasure, it was not great circumstances, but
I forgot that you have met my mother.
Yes, I had the pleasure of meeting Sam's mother, and I've been around long enough with Sam to see exchanges and the things I catch on because I am a mama and I pay attention. I think Sam has a great relationship, and it's just right. I don't think he's a big baby or anything like that. Same goes for you.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would know for sure if you were a bratty mama's boy, and you're not.
And that's where you cross over. You become
Yeah,
such
we
a
wouldn't
mama's
be
boy
married.
that you
Yeah.
right. Well, one of the ways that I observe it in Sam is how championing she is with her
Yes.
comments, like to the work that you do, Sam. Like I see that being one of those things where
Yes.
I see a pride in her that she weighs in on, and I can tell that she's important to you as well. So the reason that it came up was there's a book called The Mama's Boy Myth. And so it talks about a study. It says a study of more than 400 middle school boys revealed that sons who were close to their mothers formed stronger friendships, were less depressed and anxious, and earned better grades than their more macho classmates. So I have to find, yes. I mean, I've always been blessed with what I feel like is a good balance. And then I've shared many times too, I was so blessed that my mom stayed home, until Marita went to school and went off. She was home
Right.
with us. And so we were actually raised. And so that's, you could tell when someone's been raised. And so that's good. So anyway, it can be, it's okay to love your mama.
It is. It's just, don't go into a marriage being a mama's boy that his mama's done everything for him, and you expect that from your wife, because that that crosses a really bad line.
That might be one of the biggest gifts that my mother ever gave me was how to do for myself.
And I feel
Cook,
the same
clean,
for Sam.
etc.
I feel the same for Sam. I think Sam's mother prepared him to go out and do things on his own.
I might not have liked it at the time, but I certainly like it now. I like moms, and I like cooler weather, and the cooler weather is here. It has arrived, thank God. We're going to see, just be prepared. We'll talk about today in a moment. I want to tell you what's coming. On Sunday, the humidity will go back up just a little bit, and then that will signal possibly some more scattered showers on Sunday afternoon. But the next 2 days are basically what you call Chamber of Commerce weather. Low humidity, clear skies, mild temperatures. 83 is going to feel like relief compared to what we've been through for pretty much the last month. We have some morning clouds today. The clouds may get out of here eventually, and we'll see some afternoon sun and a high of 83. Mostly clear, 63 tonight. I saw 70 when I woke up this morning. I don't know if it dipped down, right after sunrise or right below that or not, but I did see 70. And we're only going to get about 13 degrees warmer than that for our high today, and maybe even only 81 or 82 here between the lakes. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy. There will be a breeze blowing tomorrow with the partly cloudy skies and a high of 83 for the first weekend of August. You can't draw it up any better. So enjoy it. There's been a big demand on the power grid for this summer, especially the latter part and the latter part of the month and most of July. The TVA, which serves 7 states, including about a third of our 120 counties, announced yesterday that it met a new high peak demand for the summer of 2025 this week. And it was on Thursday that they reached a preliminary summer-to-date peak of 31,888 megawatts. And that's during a system-wide average temperature of 93 degrees Fahrenheit, which is their highest demand so far this summer. The preliminary peak on July 29th, it was hot, I can attest to that, was 31,663 milliwatts at 95 degrees, which was just shy of this summer's earlier peak, which was back on July 7th. We participate in that energy saving program. We have the smart thermostats. So on peak energy days, they have the ability to, go through and bump our thermostat up just to help out on the grid, especially if they realize there's, no one around. So I went to the main level one day this week and I'm like, it's hot. And I went over and they had run our thermostat up to 76.
Ooh.
And so I vetoed that decision and said, no, let's bring that on back down, and made it. I don't know how many hours it was like that. I didn't notice until, it didn't bother me until it bothered me. And then I said, well, I want to be more comfortable than that. And I adjusted it and went back on. So the grid has survived. But I did notice from an electrical standpoint that the last month, I was like, whoa, you could tell we've been using a lot of air conditioning over the last month because it's been so hot. You might have noticed yesterday, we told you this time yesterday that there was a active shooter training exercise. I don't think that we identified what the training was actually involving yesterday. I don't know. It's not necessarily that we didn't know that, but it was not relevant to the training. What the community needed to know was that the roadways were going to be impacted if you saw convergence of first responders. It was a drill and not an actual situation that you needed to be concerned with. But all the varieties, all the flavors of first responders were on site yesterday, centered around the Grayson County Health Department. You had LPD at Clarkson, the SO, EMS, Emergency Management, LFD, Detention Center, Health Department. They said this morning agencies from all over the county participated in an active shooter training exercise at Grayson County Health Department. While we hope to never have to implement this training, these exercises provide the opportunity to test plans and preparation for these events. What is the better to have and not need than need and not have? So that training is a good investment and hopefully something they never have to put into action. The state's first medical marijuana dispensary is slated to open in Ohio County. Governor Beshear made the announcement yesterday. He called it great news. He said, today we approved the state's first medical cannabis dispensary for operations in Beaver Dam, The Post dispensary is expected to, it's called the Post. It's expected to open its doors in the fall. The governor says it's another step forward as we work to ensure Kentuckians with serious medical conditions have access to the medicine they need and deserve. I heard in an unrelated post that the official spokesperson, there's some type of NIL endorsement deal with one Yukon Cornelius over this. So I can't verify that, but I have some unconfirmed sources. Governor Beshear also announced yesterday that nearly $8.5 million in state funding to support site and building development projects in several Kentucky counties, but including a regional project in Muhlenberg County, with support from Davis, Hopkins, McLean, and Ohio counties. The Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court and Paradise Park Regional Industrial Development Authority, with support from Davis, Hopkins, McLean, and Muhlenberg and Ohio counties, are developing a 25-acre site and building at the Paradise Regional Business Park to accommodate future growth and create new jobs for that area. The rest of the projects were like Laurel County, Monroe County, Pendleton, Russell, Scott, places that don't really impact us even.
That's all over the place, though.
Yes, it is. And $8.5 million is what they're investing. I heard this morning, I think in the roundup, that I was reminded that the Lady Cougars are playing today. I think they're down at Kenny Perry's course down in Franklin. But I've noticed this week they've been pretty busy. The golf season starts early, is underway. But Sam, we're kind of got a chapter change here. We get into next week. School starts, and we're talking all about fall sports.
Yeah, I mean, the golf started last Monday. I think that's right, last Monday. Okay. So they're in their second week, and they finished earlier as well, obviously, because you don't really want to golf into mid and late October because then you start running into weather being a factor, so they start a little bit earlier. Issues. Yep, that's another factor as well into doing that. So, yeah, golf. Lady Cougar, the girls are down at Franklin Simpson, and then they'll be up at Breck tomorrow. And then the golf team will be up in Louisville on Monday, and the girls will also be they'll be in Shepherdsville though. So and then you got scrimmages and stuff starting next week as well for soccer teams, because then soccer starts the week after that as far as official games. And then volleyball is that week as well for scrimmages. But the first football scrimmage is a week from today, because we're 3 weeks away from the Tobacco Bowl, the kickoff to the new season. So the Cougars will host a scrimmage next week as they're doing a quad, is what they call it. So they have Louisville, Western, Breck, and Fort Knox coming in, and they'll rotate teams to kind of play one another and get a lot of different opportunities to do that. And then they'll be at Bullitt Central the week after before doing that. And as a reminder too, we don't stream or broadcast any of those scrimmage games. For one, they're a practice, so it's hard for us to...
They're very informal. Yes.
They might stop, they might coach a little bit in the middle of it, and especially on Friday, if you come to the scrimmage at Grayson County, they'll do 10 plays. So they'll do 10 plays no matter what happens. So they don't necessarily even play downs. They just play 10 plays on offense, 10 plays on defense, and then they'll rotate in and out, just to give everybody as much of an opportunity to get work in as possible. So because of that, it's not really advantageous to broadcasting as well. So our first football broadcast will be at Edmonson County on the 22nd.
At Edmonson County on the 22nd.
Correct. And Grayson will try to win, I think it'll be their 7th straight in the Tobacco Bowl, and they'll be able to, if they win that game, they would take the lead in the all-time series for the first time ever. So it's tied right now. It's a rubber match.
Always been playing from behind. I didn't realize that. That happened in the 80s when, especially the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, because Edmonton had some good football years there and there.
They did, absolutely. And they were still good when we got bad in the mid to late 90s, bad to the point of there was consideration of just shutting down the program or going non-competitive. And so there was a big dip. You can go you go to the early to mid 80s, and then it's high for Grayson County, and then a big swale around the middle of the 90s, and then over the last 25 years has been steadily climbing up. And over the last decade, I guess now, Coach Jones will be entering, his 3rd or 4th year?
This will be his 6th year.
It'll be his 6th year already?
Yep.
Wow.
His 6th year, because his first year was the COVID year. So it was in 2020. So it's been It's been a wild ride. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned that in Edmondson, I'm looking right now, they won about 6 straight in the 90s in the series, because this series has been played every year but twice in the history of Grayson County football since they went varsity. One time was in the, I think it was in the 80s, or yes, it was 1986 and then 2020. And I don't really know why they didn't play in 1986. I don't know that I've ever found out the reason as to why.
That's a good question. I guess last summer when we were talking with Coach Embry, we could have asked him.
We could have asked him that. And then
he knew the answer.
And 2020 obviously is,
clearly.
everyone will know that. But I mean, it's the most common series, but right now it's tied 24-24.
24-24 can take an edge for the first time if the Cougars do. Have you heard much about the volleyball program and what to expect about them this season?
Yeah, they'll have their first scrimmage. That'll be the 11th at Meade County. So Coach Decker, Shane Decker, is going to be the principal and coach the volleyball team as well. So they'll be starting their season, and then that will start. So volleyball and football technically starts the same week. So that Monday of the Tobacco Bowl week, they will get to open up their season. The volleyball team will. So it's all coming really, really quick for them. I know that they've got to meet the Cougar Night coming up next week or the week after as well to introduce them. But they will officially open up their season on the 18th. So that Monday at Muhlenberg. And then on the 19th, they'll host Hancock County in their first match. And maybe that'll be one that we might be at.
Let me ask you, what happens if the volleyball coach needs to get fired? Can the principal fire the volleyball coach?
I guess he has to look in the mirror.
Can the volleyball coach talk back to the principal? Like, can it? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Have to call in an arbitrator from outside. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. We're headed into the weekend. Hang around here on In the Know.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County, because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis & Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
Get ready for an unforgettable evening of gospel right on East May. Joseph Habedank will ignite downtown Litchfield with his powerful voice. Mark your calendar for Friday, August 8th. Music starts at 6 p.m., but come early. Food trucks open at 5. With 3 GMA Dawn Awards and 2 Grammy nominations, Joseph is a gospel legend. And the best part, admission is free. Sponsored by the Litchfield Tourism Commission and First Baptist Church. Gospel on East May, Friday, August 8th.
I had one, all I could win.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start August 18th. Visit kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Homeowners, especially on the lake, have most likely experienced or will experience water erosion on their properties. There is a solution and preventative measures that can protect against this type of erosion. With the help of products and service from Scotty's Contracting and Stone, Crushed Rock Road enhancements can provide erosion control and shoreline protection. Well-designed and maintained erosion control helps ensure that today's beautiful and safe landscapes remain so tomorrow. To discuss erosion control and shoreline restoration solutions with Scotty's Contracting, call 270 888-259-5696.
Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon is the place for summer fun, making memories, good times, and summer vibes. Feel the rush of the legendary Kentucky Rumbler, one of America's top wooden coasters. Cool off in Splash Lagoon. Over 1 million gallons of water park fun. More than 40 rides, slides, attractions, and entertainment. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park. Summer vibes so close to home. Get your tickets now at beachbend.com.
TikTok is allowing users accepted into its pilot program to start providing additional context to videos. Matt Mattinson explains.
With the new feature, footnotes deemed helpful by enough contributors who typically have differing opinions will become visible to others. TikTok first announced in April that it was testing footnotes, and it follows moves by other major platforms, including X and Meta. The popular video sharing app also announced several new safety and well-being features, including parental oversight of teen accounts and tools to allow creators to filter out certain comments.
YouTube is going to be included in Australia's teen social media ban. The move is a reversal of the nation's earlier exemption of YouTube from the new law. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says social media is causing harm to teens. He added there's more to do to protect kids, but believes the new law will make a difference. And Microsoft is now only the second company ever to reach $4 trillion in total market value. Shares in the tech company jumped 8% late Wednesday after a better-than-expected earnings report. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield. Today is August. So it was originally the 6th month, and it was called Sextilis, or Sextilis, however you like to pronounce it, Sextilis. But Augustus Caesar, the emperor in 8 BC, got the Senate to change the name of the month to August. So without him, it would still be Sextilis. So thank you, Caesar Augustus. It's Respect for Parents Day. It's Homemade Pie Day. It's Play Ball Day. Sam, but that's kind of vanished a lot from baseball. You know, it used to be that was the official play ball.
They do it at the Reds game.
They do.
They'll have like the kid of the game or something that'll get up there and say, play ball.
But I mean, do the umpires do it anymore? That used to be like the umpire's signal that the game was beginning. We're going to play ball.
See, so many of the times that we're not, I mean, they might say it at a baseball game. We just can't hear it.
You wouldn't know? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then, what's the character's name? On Christmas Vacation. Play ball! Let's see. Tomorrow is Ice Cream Sandwich Day.
Oh, I do like a good ice cream sandwich.
I haven't had one of those in a while. It's what I missed. We had that stretch there after we hosted the chamber luncheon where our freezer was just jam-packed for...
That's right.
We had, probably 2 weeks of just filled with all of the ice cream sandwiches and ice cream bars that we could eat, and then somehow they all disappeared. They all were eaten.
Are you suggesting that we might have over-prepared in the food department for something?
Just a smidge.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
I didn't say that you did.
No, but
it was
it's usually me.
How long were we eating on 3,000 cakes last year? Right?
A long time.
A long time. Longer than they were suitable to be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is Coloring Book Day. Tomorrow is Mustard Day. Sunday is Clean Your Floors Day. Sunday is Watermelon Day. We've got some that's already sliced up and some yet to be sliced up.
Yes.
So we can celebrate in multiple formats. And it's Airplane Crop Duster Day on Sunday as well, but it's the day of Sabbath, so you shouldn't be dusting crops on Sunday. Just celebrate it on Monday instead.
I'm glad that you had to specify that it was airplane crop duster.
Yeah.
Yes, airplane crop duster.
As opposed to the other kind.
I didn't leave it to.
Well, I did. When you were introducing her earlier, and she mentioned that she knows a rodeo clown. When she first said it, I thought she said a radio clown. I was like, well, I think you know more than one of those.
There's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
She knows a whole industry of those. The week in funny tweets from women. Busy Black Bookworm said, "Why do dogs sigh like they pay taxes?" You know how dogs do that? Occasionally they go,
yeah.
And I go, what do you got to sigh about? You're living the life.
Yeah, you should see her right now. It's fantastic.
I'm trying not to be distracted by her. Rusty Beaches says, "You're acting weird." Okay, well, first off, I'm not acting. Okay, well, good to know. Bree says, I love it when I come home. I love when I come home, I put on my Adam Sandler clothes.
Yeah.
He has mastered the art of looking comfortable.
Well, I know that the for one of, you know how they do theme week for homecoming here, one of the days that they did was Adam Sandler Day, where you're supposed to come in and dress like Adam Sandler.
Which is basically just trumped up pajamas, you know, so that's good. And then Samantha Ronson says, I just high-fived a fist bump. Do I need to sign up for assisted living, or do they find me? Yeah, if you've gotten a little old and you're no longer hip and you accidentally high-five a fist bump, then you might, you know, I dig it. I understand. We told you yesterday about the term clanker, that when AI messes up and gives you bad data output, that's a clanker. And here is a new study about AI today that here are the most and least AI-proof jobs. So if you don't want AI to come for you, here are the jobs that you need to drift toward. Dredge operators. I guess.
I don't even know what that is.
And you dredge out a water channel.
Yeah.
When silt builds up in rivers and.
Okay.
Matter of fact, like Caney Creek needs to be dredged right now because it's got a silt buildup. Bridge and lock tenders. I see a theme forming here. AI doesn't do well with water.
I'm actually kind of
treatment
surprised that the bridge thing couldn't. Considering
Yeah, as
that
far as-
most of these, I mean, how many ships, a ship that would need a bridge to move has to have technology on it. You'd think that there would be a way that the GPSs could connect and.
Maybe there's something specific about the tending because it says bridge and lock tenders, and maybe there's some specific component of the tending, but you would think any human task can be handed over to AI. Not a dredge operator, of course, that requires some type of heavy machinery. Number 3 is water treatment plant and system operators. 4, foundry, mold, and core makers. 5, rail track laying and maintenance equipment operators. Pile driver operators, floor sanders and finishers, orderlies, motorboat operators, logging equipment operators. Here are the most vulnerable.
Uh-oh.
So I'll go 10-1 with 1 being the most vulnerable. The 10th most vulnerable that's listed, broadcast announcers and radio DJs.
Oh, boy.
So on the Rick Burgess show earlier this week, they had a caller from Huntsville that said that 100.3 The River in Huntsville, that they were saying, now back to the Rick Burgess show on 100.3 The River. And they just kind of like, I can't, they didn't get it right. Or they kind of laughed at it. Well, I sent Speedy an email and I said, I guarantee you that 100.3 The River is using AI to do their imaging, because then they just got it keyed in there and AI is saying Burgess. Trust me, I know. So that's what it is. Number 9, ticket agents and travel clerks. 8, telephone operators. Do they still have telephone
I was going
operators?
to say, is it still a thing?
I mean, is this like the one ringy dingy telephone operators with the switchboard? They don't have that anymore.
I don't know, but one of my favorite things is when Joey wants to be like
He wants to be the operator.
the yes, like how cool the job would that be? Like when Joey wants to, please press 1. Yeah.
CNC tool programmers, computer numeric control. Customer service representatives. Listen, AI has gotten a whole lot better I think Amazon is leading in the space where when you have a technical question or and it knows when it gets out of its depth, but a lot of things can be solved in the customer service space by AI currently. I have also seen, though, there are some fast food restaurants that aren't doing very well in the taking of the order with the AI, because a lot of your drive-thrus now are AI driven. The consumer bears some level of responsibility in that, because if you don't speak like a normal human, you can't really expect AI to get it right. So there will be a little bit of blame to spread around on that. Number 5, writers and authors. I had something happen this week, Sam, that you laid eyes on, and I don't know if you caught it or not. But Gemini threw the word bespoke into something that I wanted it to write. And I thought, well, I've got a good vocabulary, but I'm not throwing bespoke around.
I don't know when I would have caught this.
It's in the, basically it's describing something being tailor-made or made to order. It was bespoke.
Okay. I don't know that I processed that it was, yeah.
I think when you saw it, I had added a correction, but left the bespoke in there and then later removed it.
Oh,
so
okay,
maybe
so
you
this
didn't
was
see
the
it.
document. Okay, yeah.
Sales representatives of services. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, again, that's listed as the 4th most vulnerable.
Yeah, selling is a big thing, though.
Sure. There's so much involved. It's not just ones and zeros. And so, but when it says sales representatives of services, all right, let's list the services because we're a service. I don't think AI can replace exactly the servicing of our product. Now, we could make it. There are people in our industry who are doing go to a website, choose your script, choose your voice, choose your music bed, choose your quantity, choose your dates, choose your, and that's AI oriented, but that's relying the client being knowledgeable of knowing what it is they need rather than what it is that they want. And so I'm curious to know how broad are the services. Passenger attendants.
What is that?
Passenger attendants. I'm still going to need a flight attendant to bring me my tomato juice and then show me how to, save myself in the event of a water landing. Historians at number 2. And number 1.
Well, I guess, are they just talking about like robots or something that would deliver your food?
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but passenger, you'd have to be a passenger on some. So would an Uber driver be a passenger attendant?
I mean,
I don't know.
Because
they
they're
have the
just appearing
driverless
like
ones.
Right, and then Waymo, Waymo is completely driverless. And the most vulnerable, interpreters and translators.
Yeah.
They're going to have that licked. I mean, it's probably already licked.
Yeah.
I'm still watching On Patrol Live, and the number of police officers that are using Google Translate in the field when they're dealing with people that don't speak English or English well enough. I mean, it eliminates a whole lot of frustration for, multiple parties involved. Behr Paint reveals their 2026 color of the year. It is a green called Hidden Gem.
Okay.
I saw it this morning, and I'm really intrigued by it.
Oh, I like that a lot.
I thought you would. There's a blue in there. There's the color is a little bit mineral, a little bit gem. It's subtle, but it's striking. And so you're going to see that color a lot next year. So just be prepared.
Yeah. Can I have that paper?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Just say the printout I have is in black and white, so you wouldn't benefit from
it's
it.
going to give me the Pantone color, right?
Most likely it is. And then, so a bonus MB's point to ponder for today.
Oh boy.
As we get into it was something that I don't know that it'll prompt a whole lot of discussion, but I was kind of curious about it. I was reminded, we're doing some grocery shopping. What is it with pasta? And they have to put that clear window on there, like we don't trust that there's actually pasta in there.
I think you're looking at the shape, right?
Yes.
Is that what it's for, to tell us?
I think some people need the little window.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't know the difference between macaroni and penne.
Elbow and yes.
They don't. I live in a world where people don't know the differences between those things.
Yes.
Come on now.
I'm going to stay home. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. We got today's water cooler question coming up here on In the Know.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Football teams always get the call right, and you need to make the right call before you excavate. If you don't and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate, and you could be fined up to $1,250. So make the right call. Put safety first. Call 811 before you dig. Touchdown! Oh my goodness! This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Did you know there's money available to help you pay for trade school or college? Yep, and all you need to do is fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. Completing the FAFSA costs you nothing but time, and it can pay off big. And there are experts across Kentucky who can help. For more info, visit gearupky.org/money. That's gearupky.org/money. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll gradually see more sunshine coming our way this afternoon with highs only in the upper 70s and the low 80s as that lower humidity also settles into the region. We keep the gorgeous weather tomorrow with more of that sunshine, highs in the upper 70s and low 80s and low humidity. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana E.
Don't miss the hottest songs in the country on American Top 40 this weekend. Miley Cyrus stops by to tell us everything about her visual album, and we find out if Alex Warren can keep his spot at number 1. It all goes down AT40 this weekend.
Did you know, those kids, they decide they're going to hold their breath. Like, they don't get their way, they're going to hold their breath and try and threaten you. Did you know it is impossible to kill yourself by holding your breath?
I'm telling you, my favorite thing right now, and I'll share it with as many people who will listen, is I encourage you to go look up FAFO parenting.
Okay, I know what FAFO stands.
What's that stand for, huh?
I'll have to tell you later, Sam.
Earmuffs,
Sam, earmuffs.
I'm so in love with some of the examples, the practical disciplinary practices of it. I just can't get enough.
All right, cool. Here's today's water cooler question. If you or your household have not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. What are we giving away today? Vandalay.
Let's go. Let's get back to Beach Bend.
Beach Bend today, 4 tickets to Beach Bend.
Yeah.
If you or your household have not won in the last 30 days, you're going to text your answer to 270-259-6000, 270-259-6000. You'll eat 25% more if you do this before the meal. You'll eat 25% more if you do this before the meal. What is it?
I actually think I've heard this before, so I might be right.
Sam sounds like he's got a viable answer. You got something locked in your mind?
Yep.
Okay, good, because the music's over. The weekend movie premieres are out today. And coming to the theater today, for those of you who want to venture out, The Bad Guys 2 is out.
Yeah, I've seen some of the trailers for this. I didn't see the first one.
It's Sam Rockwell, who's good, Mark Maron, and Craig Robinson. You know, Craig Robinson was Daryl on The Office. Mark Maron also has a new Netflix comedy special coming out today. Sam Rockwell was in, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, and then he was the antagonist on The Green Mile. The guy they had locked up, the crazy guy that was antagonizing everyone. I can't remember his name. I think that's him. But the big opening today will be the reason that Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson apparently are sweet on one another is because The Naked Gun comes out today, and they are both in the movie The Naked Gun. Liam Neeson is the son of Leslie Nielsen, and so he will take over that role. In the movie, I mean. Together, an R-rated horror sci-fi, actually opened on Wednesday, but it's opening in wide release today, so those are at the theater. Sam, have you seen any of the Naked Gun movies?
No.
Nor have I.
I think this is just technically, I may be wrong, but they went Naked Gun, and then they didn't go Naked Gun 2. They were clever. That's when they did Naked Gun 2.5. And then I think they stopped there, because since it's such a satire, they wanted to do something, like thought-provoking, like it's 2.5. It's not 2. So that's what's out today. The actual cause of death for Hulk Hogan has been released. It is acute myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack, is what we commonly call a heart attack. His death was ruled the result of natural causes and was certified by his personal physician. He also had a history of atrial fibrillation, a heart condition, and leukemia, CLL, or cancer-free, that affects the blood and bone marrow, according to the report. Hulk Hogan is a little bit like the way his body functioned and the way he used his body. I believe there's a parallel between thoroughbred horses and somebody like Hulk Hogan that's so physical and uses the body and the power and through the steroid era and the supplements, etc. So there's no telling how large his heart was, but also how hard his heart had to work throughout his entire career because of the exertion. I mean, think about the stress on your heart to pick up Andre the Giant. I mean, just alone doing that seemed like quite the task. Justin Timberlake has revealed that he has Lyme disease. Ooh. He was getting a lot of blowback from people who were underwhelmed by his performances. And he felt the need to share the amount of nerve pain that he has been enduring with Lyme disease, and said living with this can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically. When I first got the diagnosis, I was shocked for sure, but at least I could understand why I would be on stage in a massive amount of nerve pain or just feeling crazy fatigue or sickness. But he said, so they said, well, why don't you stop? Why'd you continue the tour? And he said that being out there and the enjoyment of doing his craft is about the only thing that gives him any happiness or relief from what he's dealing with the results of Lyme disease. So maybe he'll get a little bit of a pass. They commented that he was not doing his signature dance moves anymore that you would expect that he has done. But gosh, he's been on stage for 30 years.
I had a family member that had Lyme's disease. It's no joke.
Yeah, so
I mean,
and that's why you should freak. I mean, that's why you should freak out about ticks. You know, like that's why you should not take any extra chances in that regard. Justin Trudeau attended Katy Perry's concert after they had had dinner together earlier this week. Well, sure. I mean, that would be to be expected. They're going to have dinner together. He's going to get an invite to the show. But let's hope that's where the line is drawn. That's it. No more. Doechii, Lollapalooza is this weekend in Chicago. It actually started, I believe it started yesterday. It's a 4-day, Thursday through Saturday deal. So there'll be a lot of performers. Olivia Rodrigo is performing this weekend. Sabrina Carpenter is performing this weekend. But Doechii is teasing that she's going to be bringing a guest to her Lollapalooza set. Well,
Gautier?
It has to be Gautier, right? I mean, that's just... Who else could it be? You know, her song that has dominated the summer is somebody that I used to know, and Gautier's voice is in the song.
I mean, I can't think of anybody else that it would be.
Anybody but that the creative team missed.
So, Leanne, the show,
came out yesterday.
last night.
Yeah.
I made it through 2 episodes without falling asleep because I fall asleep.
Must be really good if you made it to 2 episodes.
Good. Yes.
Got to get to a break. Today's Point to Ponder, version 2. The winner of the water cooler question is coming up, and we'll have Pearl of Wisdom and Chart Toppers ahead here on In the Know.
The night could have been a disaster for their marriage. Instead, it made their relationship even stronger. That was primarily because of the way Wendy chose to approach their problem. She assumed the best, not the worst, about her husband, Mark. The night in question happened a few days before Wendy was due with their first child. To celebrate, Wendy planned a date night, and she and Mark agreed to meet at their very favorite restaurant. She got there first and waited. She called his phone, but he didn't answer. 30 minutes passed, then an hour. When it was all over, Wendy and Mark had lost their reservation, and Wendy's expectations for the night were ruined. When Mark finally called later that night to say he was on his way home, Wendy was upset that he had been so inconsiderate. Now, she could have lashed out at him, but instead she assumed the best of her husband. She knew he had been as excited about the dinner as she was. She trusted that he had a good reason for being so late with no phone call. And sure enough, an important client had called at the end of the day while Mark's boss was in the room. With a baby coming and layoffs on the horizon, Mark couldn't allow his boss to think he had something more important to do than be with that client. The moral of Wendy and Mark's story? Well, don't be too quick to accuse your spouse when things don't go the way you'd hope for. Assume the best, not the worst, about each other. To help your marriage thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
God is at work, and he's calling his people to rise in truth. Truth Rising is a powerful new documentary from Focus on the Family and the Colson Center. See how ordinary Christians choose courage in a culture that needs truth. Watch Truth Rising starting September 5th and find out how you can be a part of the change and become an agent of restoration. Sign up at truthrising.com. That's truthrising.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard joining Medi-Share can save families up to $500 a month, and obviously that's a big deal, but they like it too, especially being part of something that reflects their values instead of working against them. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. Find out more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
Midway Pharmacy might not have the best selection of fashion accessories, and that's because they're much more interested in your health and less interested in whether or not you're styling. At Midway Pharmacy, you're getting more than a pharmacy. You're getting a pharmacist who's committed to working with you on all things health-related. Rely upon the full team of pharmacists at Midway Pharmacy. Experience what matters the most when you visit any county-wide location of Midway Pharmacy.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
MB's point to ponder for today. Is it okay to take a pen from a hotel room you've stayed in?
Yes.
You can take everything but the towels, sheets, pillowcases, that kind of thing.
What about the Gideon Bible? Can you take the Gideon Bible?
Yes.
You can?
I think so.
Think the Gideons won't mind?
No, I think they want you to. Right?
I don't know. I think they would
Am I
be happy.
wrong?
I think they would be happy to give you one. I don't know if they want you taking the one out of the hotel room, because then it won't be there for the next person. So, especially if you don't tell them. I don't think
That's
that's how the
true.
Gideons work. I don't think it's take the one you find, but I think they'd be happy to give you your very own. So, okay. Well, I was just wondering where the line is drawn. I mean, it's a pen, and does it? If it has the hotel's name on it, is there a chance they want it to be a marketing item? So you take it home with you and say, "Oh, this is I'm gonna recall to the time that I stayed at the, the Hojo or wherever you stayed." That's what it is.
I think so.
Okay. So always that case. What if it's the Waldorf Astoria and it was a Mont Blanc pen? Can you take that with you?
Well, considering how much you probably would pay, yeah, I mean, you probably pay
Then I'm taking it.
a big price for that room too.
I was just wondering. 39% of people say it's always acceptable. 32% say it depends on the hotel. 18% says it's always unacceptable, and 11% are not sure.
Why would it not be acceptable? That's kind of.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sam.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really do it because I'm kind of a pen snob as sorts, but sometimes, if you need one, you need one. A hotel pen, though, is a perfect pen for like your car because you don't really need it that often. You don't need it that often, so it's good in case you quickly need it.
It's also good for taking to the office because 90% of the time they have a lid, a cap, so they are not a
clicker.
Clicker. So you take those
It's
to the
a clicker.
So you take those to the office.
See, I like my pilots.
You won't
Yeah,
meet
me
a bigger
too.
pen snob than me. Today's water cooler question was, doing this before a meal makes you eat 25% more. What is it? Sam, you thought you were confident. What is it?
Drink water.
Drink water.
Oh.
What do you say?
Well, I was going to say drink adult beverages.
Well, let's put those two things together, Sam. We're going to put some Jesus on it, and we're going to turn water into wine. Drink wine is the correct answer. You'll eat 25% more if you drink wine before your meal. I'd never heard that before.
No, we're not.
Didn't know that was a thing. Sam, I know we had varying guesses. I didn't scrutinize them. I presume someone got drink wine.
Yeah, we had a couple get it. Looks like 6.
6. I'll go. We did 6 yesterday. No, we didn't. We did 5. I'll do 2 today. Let's do number 2.
3370.
3370. Congratulations. On TV tonight, the season 7 finale of Killer Cases on A&E. Mark Maron, Panicked on HBO. I said it was on Netflix. His new comedy special is on HBO. My apologies for the misinformation. Tomorrow, WWE Super Slam on Peacock and Netflix. It's John Cena's farewell for those of you that care. That 5 episodes of Unreal is really, really good. You cannot like wrestling at all. It's about the entertainment factor, and it shows you their decision making of how they were developing their storylines going into WrestleMania in April when John Cena's return. And so it shows you, if you're the least bit in the entertainment business like we are, it really takes you inside baseball, or wrestling in this case. Shows you character developments in it. It's good. It's worth the watch. But SummerSlam begins today. 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After is on TLC. Says More to Love, a boy's best friend is his mother. Does this sound new to you?
No, I'll have to go look at it. Like, those sheets and what I do don't typically line up.
On Sunday, the Great Food Truck Race is on the Food Network, and Big Brother is on CBS. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1981, MTV premiered. But they got it wrong. I mean, here we are 40 years later and 45 years later. They did not kill the radio star. Colorado was admitted to the Union this date in 1876. Birthdays. Roy Williams is 75. Robert Cray is 72. Joe Elliott from Def Leppard is 66. Chuck D from Public Enemy is 65. Adam Duritz from Counting Crows is 61. Jason Momoa is 46. He shaved his beard for the new Dune movie. He had to shave it, and I was anxious to see. Like, he looks considerably different without it, because that's kind of his signature, that long beard. Gone but not forgotten, William Clark was born this date in 1770. Francis Scott Key in 1779. Herman Melville in 1819. Robert Todd Lincoln in 1843. Jerry Garcia in 1942. 1958, Bobby Darin was number one. Splishin' and splashin'. Let's go to 1967. I'm hard-pressed to find a Stevie Wonder song that I like better than this one. I don't know if I can tell you it's my favorite, but this is just tremendous Stevie Wonder song.
I was born in Little Rock at a time when sweetheart, we were always hand in hand.
That's I Was Made to Love Her. You hear it on the show quite a bit.
Let's just
some bump
kiss
music.
And say
The Manhattans number one in 76.
I had to meet you here today. There's just so many things to say.
All right, a little draggy for a Friday, but that's okay. Let's go to 1985. She just went on a tear of hits. I mean, one after another after another. 1994.
My boss says no dice, son, you gotta work late. Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
All right, let's go forward to 2003. The Black Eyed Peas and Justin Timberlake. Where's the Love?
What you preach, but you turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above.
All right, let's go to 2012.
You said 2012?
2012.
Wow.
And let's go to 4 years ago today. I won't miss an opportunity to do Dua Lipa's Devin Levitating. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. Optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG, Litchfield. The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.